Hey, what's going on, everybody? You got Fat Man up in here, another episode of Cooking with Phat. We back, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm just doing these little quick things right now because we're getting everything kind of under reconstruction. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of marketing tools and everything coming in. So next month, we're going to be on and popping, all right? And so what's going on, what's popping? What's happening to everybody out there in the BBW community? You know what I'm saying? Y'all know who y'all are. All my big girls out there doing it real big, and my big fellas out there getting in shape. One love for me boy Fat Man. You know what I'm saying? This is just another episode. We about to get into something real nice today. Y'all know. Y'all been reading the posts on Facebook and this, that, and the other. Y'all know I'm a single parent. So I got my daughters and my nieces with me now. So, you know, I'm trying to get food and figure out food that can stretch. You know what I'm saying? I can't just think about cooking for me anymore. I got 3 more mouths to feed, you know what I'm saying, and whoever may drop by and things like that. So I try and think of food that I can fix where I can stretch. It may last 2 or 3 days, you know what I mean? Something like that. And that's what we need to be thinking about, ladies. When we got kids and we're single parents, think about buying food that stretch, spaghetti, certain type of stews, you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's so much. Hell, ramen noodles. That even go down. Yeah, I got ramen noodles too. Fat Man eat ramen noodles. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no shame in my game. You know, because it's all about making it happen every night so these babies can eat. All right? You know what I'm saying? So, big shout out to everybody and every mom, every single parent that make it happen every night so these babies can eat. So today, we're going to do a cream of broccoli soup. All right? Y'all ain't never seen me do no soups. We're going to get into a lot of soups, sandwiches, things like that, you know, here on the show. You know what I'm saying? Try and broaden our horizons and things on cooking stuff in 10 minutes of prep time, 10 minutes of cooking time. So I'm about to show you today how to make broccoli soup here on Cooking with Phat. Like I said, big shout out to everybody that's watching. I'm going to let everybody know. I got my fans out there. I've been getting the emails and reading the Facebooks and this, that, and the other. But y'all know it's going down. Fat Man holding it down, and I'm doing it real big. Live from Las Vegas, right here in the hood, in my little kitchen, in my little apartment. It's going down, y'all. Cooking with Phat. I'll be right back. We about to get this on and popping. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So a lot of our ingredients today is going to consist of, basically here I have this is what we call a mirepoix. Okay? It's mirepoix. Not just put some vegetables together, throw it in the pot. Has a name to it, culinary name, mirepoix, which consists of basically carrots, onions, and celery. Okay, I threw a little green pepper in it just for flavor and everything. We're gonna saute this up. Okay, this is the first thing, and this is every base that starts with every soup, your chicken soup show, your bouillon soups, I mean, all of your cream soups and everything like that, it starts with a mirepoix, okay? So this is what we're going to get into. Then, of course, we got, you know, our broccoli, garlic, a little flour, because we're going to make a roux. This is going to come to a roux base. Then we're going to add our milk and everything to it. Then we're going to have some broccoli soup, something that you can make at home very quickly. Even you can substitute the broccoli with chicken, turkey, whatever you come up with, you can substitute it with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when you're in the kitchen, it's your fantasy. So you make it happen the way you want to make it happen. Alright, so big shout out to all the chefs that be doing their thing and posting stuff on Facebook. Y'all need to share more recipes. Ryder, she got the cookbook. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to check her out. She got the cookbook. She's sharing a lot of recipes with us. And your boy Fat Man is back in full effect. We're going to be sharing a lot of recipes too. I'm going to put my broccoli into the boiling water. Okay, gotta have your water because you want this to be soft. I like mine a little al dente, maybe a little crisp. Most people want theirs, you know, a little more mushy. Alright, so I'm going to put it in here, my boiling water and everything. Just a little bit of vinegar, a little bit of salt. This Las Vegas water has a lot of minerals and starch and everything in it, and you can see when it boils, you get foam on the top of it, and you need to put some vinegar and some salt into your water, okay? Gotta cut all that crap out, alright? So now, we're getting ready to go over here and put in our mirepoix, alright? Yeah, now we're going over here. We're gonna start off with sauteing all our vegetables. You have to saute your vegetables. In other words, they're going to tell you, if you're in the kitchen with the chef, he's going to tell you to make it sweat. So I need y'all to really pay attention to what's going on in this pot. First you add your garlic. Make sure your pot is getting hot. Add enough garlic because this is a soup. Garlic saute, cook a little bit. Watch your fire. I got it on low to start out with. Ladies, when you're at home cooking, please watch your fire, especially when you got kids around, stuff like that. You don't want to cook stuff too quick. That's what makes stuff come out burnt. And this is definitely a soup. And you don't want it to come out scorched, what they call scorched. Okay, now I'm going to add my vegetables. Alright? All of this. Okay? You add this in your pot like this. And what you're going to do is you're going to saute this off. You're going to let it sweat, okay? You want it basically to get, once your onions get transparent, okay? You know, you're going to turn your fire up a little bit. And you want to get this to saute. Okay, you already got your broccoli over here. Now just remind everybody, like I said, you can cook your broccoli to your taste. It doesn't have to be mushy or anything like that. You can cook it al dente. I like my broccoli to have a little bit of crunch, but my cameraman, he was like, man, I like my broccoli soft, so I'm gonna make sure that I make it soft and everything. It's gonna turn out real nice. Like I said, about 10-20 minutes of prep time. We're gonna turn this up, get some fire going on, and you're gonna let this saute, okay? Basically just gonna let this cook down. This is your flavor base, okay? You add all your seasonings to this, everything you want to put in it, and you let it cook down. You hear how it's starting to sizzle and how it's starting to cook, and everything is releasing all the nutrients. We're looking for natural flavor, all right? Here at Cooking with Phat, we make sure we get everything that's natural. So just check that out for a minute. We're gonna let that cook down. I'm gonna stir it up. We're gonna be right back with some more Cooking with Phat. You know what I'm saying? It's going down, y'all. Cream of broccoli soup. 20 minutes, tops. You're gonna love it. You gotta get it. You know we need the law. But we'll be right back here. Yeah, so we back now. And like I said, I wanted you to let all the vegetables saute. You see what I'm saying? How they're sweating. You just keep stirring everything around. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about your pot at the bottom. You just don't want this to scorch. So you definitely have to keep your eye on this. You know, this is one of the foods you have to watch. You have to keep turning it up and down. And we'll turn it up again because now we add our butter. This is how we make the roux. We do not make the roux separately. We make the roux right in the pot. Okay? Because we want to lock in all of that flavor. You may look at me and you may go, Phat man, why so much butter? Everything. Because, like I said, we want to make a roux. Okay? So we get enough butter and everything because once we bake this is going to get pretty thick. Oh, well, let's put some more butter. Alright? So what you're going to do is you're going to let that melt. As you can see, it is in the pot. It's melting. Because it's butter, so we're going to stir this around. Okay? And like I said, you can put as much butter as you want. Just remember, butter and flour is a thickening agent. Just like cornstarch is a thickening agent. You may not know this. If you ever get in a pinch, and let's say you're cooking Alfredo or you're cooking some type of white type of sauce, egg yellow is a thickening agent. Alright, you can put that in there. It'll thicken your sauce up, thicken whatever you're trying to do, thicken it up instantly. Okay, you see what I'm saying? How it's looking now? And everything. I'm gonna go on in here and use the rest of the butter. Why not? Okay, we're gonna let that cook. We're gonna let that thicken up. Alright? And people, we gotta remember, to get the best flavor out of everything, you gotta let your food cook. Number one thing, you gotta taste everything. Everything that you season does not mean that it's seasoned to the taste and the expectation that you think. So you gotta taste everything. You know, and you gotta give the food the love and the care, fellas. It's like you would give your woman the love and the care. You see how I stir this pot? I ain't clanging all on the side, knocking everything out. Stir this pot. You stir this pot because you gotta put love in your cooking. You know what I'm saying, fellas? Take some time to put your love in your cooking. You know what I'm saying? You'd be surprised. Be surprised what your girl do after you cooked a good meal. And she get that itis. Y'all already know, but that's a whole totally different story. Alright, now we gonna get into our flour. We're gonna add a cup of flour to this, and it's going to bind itself. It's going to create a roux, and we're gonna let that cook. Alright? So you just sprinkle it around like that, a little at a time. You know, a lot of you old school cats, old school ladies is like, yeah, that's how I make gravy. Yeah, that's why high blood pressure is up, and we got cholesterol and clotted arteries and everything. Like, yeah, I said it, clotted arteries and everything like that because of certain things of soul food cooking that we've eaten in the last years. You know what I'm saying? And then we, you know, hey, that's our heritage. I don't eat some everything. So y'all see how that thickens up? And everything, you know, and big shout out to all the big mamas still in there cooking like this, old fashioned. Everything. Y'all see how that thickens up? So I put that flour in there, that butter. Okay, so we go thicken that up. Now, we're going to turn this up, let this cook for a while. I'm going to drain my broccoli, kind of chop it up and everything. We're going to come back, we're going to add our milk and everything. And y'all, we're going to have cream of broccoli soup. You know what I'm saying? A la Chef Phat Man. Y'all know how it go down. Big shout out to all the big girl clubs out there. Of course, Club Curve. Y'all already know Friday night it goes down. Make sure you go up there, give them the password, holler at Miss Shadow, tell them your boy Phat Man sent you. Y'all know I'm going to be back in the house March 9th for the Bikini Jam. You know, all these ladies showing up in trench coats and bikinis, BBWs off the chain. Y'all already know. Every time I talk about Club Curve, so it's about Club Curve. Y'all make sure y'all holler at Club Curve. Miss Shadow, you sick for that one. You know your boy got love for you. Alright, we'll be right back now. And like I said, you see how that thing cooked up? You see how it came together? You gotta let that flour cook, okay? Once you mix it and everything and get everything ground up and mixed up in it with the flour, you gotta let that cook, let that flour cook out. Now we add the main ingredient, okay? And this is something that you have to add to make it, to give it that creamy texture. Don't ever, after you add this, it's either milk or whipping cream, okay? You can use light whipping cream. I prefer heavy whipping cream. You can get that in your local grocery store. That's what really smooths this out. You put it in there and you stir it up, and it's going to start thickening up, as you can see. Turn your heat up, and it's going to start thickening up. Okay. You know, like I say, you know, you can add as much to it, but you want the thickening agent and everything to coagulate and come together, which was going to make it the cream soup. And you see it's getting thick, you know what I'm saying? I got my fire up. Turn your fire up. You don't want to scorch it, because if you scorch the bottom of it, you're definitely going to taste that. And you don't want a scorched soup. So we're going to keep it on low, stir it up, keep it going. Might as well add the rest of this and everything. Of course, you know, black folks got to add their seasonings. You know, we got to give it our Lorry. You know what I'm saying? And the black pepper. You know, and sometimes that's kind of like a little, what you need. You know what I mean? You know, It depends on what your taste buds is like. So like I said, yeah, let's thicken it up real nice. You know what I'm saying? We're going to let this keep thickening, and we're going to bring this to a slight boil. And when we come back, I'm going to add my broccoli to it and this, that, and the other. And we're going to serve this up, y'all. And this is going to be homemade cream of broccoli soup by your boy Phat Man, all right? This is Cooking with Phat, you know what I'm saying? Big shout out to all my girls out there. We're going to get into that when I get back. Let me finish this up, though. Because I may have somebody coming over for dinner, you don't know. So now this is the consistency that I was talking about. Now we back. We done let this saute. We done added our milk. Like I said, you can add a little bit of milk, a little bit of whipping cream, heavy whipping cream, no water because this will break and you don't want it to break. So now what we're going to do, and you see how thick that is? That's the consistency you want. You can thin it out a little bit more with a little bit more milk if you would like to. I think that's just right. So right now we're going to add our broccoli. Okay. Stir that in. Okay. Now you may want to, some people like to hit it with a little cheddar cheese, a little mozzarella cheese and everything. So we're gonna let this simmer for a little bit. And this is homemade cream of broccoli soup. Very easy. If I can do it, you can do it. And that's the way most of the time I cook a lot of these foods. So let you guys know, if I can do it here in my home, in my little apartment over here on the southwest side of Las Vegas, you know what I'm saying, then you can do it, you know what I mean? But I'm just trying to create meals that's going to stretch and help feed me and these little girls and everything. I got one, she's getting a little restless because she's sitting over there and she's watching daddy film it. But it's all good. But big shout out to all the ladies that's been supporting me on this. I'm gonna plate this up in just a second, but I just want to say big shout out, you know, to my girl Angela Hurd, one of my biggest fans. Of course, my girl Sonia, Shorty B, all the way out there in upstate New York, holding me down with the fan club. Y'all already know, it's a done deal, it's a wrap. But we're gonna be right back so I can plate this up. Then we're gonna be out of here with more Cooking with Phat. What's going on, y'all? This is the type of consistency that I'm talking about. Once you add your broccoli, you see how it's nice and chunky, it's chopped up. You see in your onions and your bell peppers, you're seeing everything. You're seeing your carrots. That's what I'm talking about. That's a good home meal, homemade soup, you know, a good hearty soup, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna plate some of this up right here and everything. I'd like to thank everybody coming out and enjoying the show and everybody that's been writing. And y'all keep writing and sending those questions to my inbox. You know, for those people who don't know, I'm Phat Man, Detroit's finest on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? You can find me on Twitter, PhatMan313. You know, of course, check out my music. You know, your Phat Man, your boy does music for BBW women. You know what I'm saying? On Reverb Nation. You check me out there. You know what I mean? But I got a lot of new music coming up for the new year. I like to kind of top mine off. Just like to garnish it off. You know, just kind of be a little fancy and everything. Some croutons, you know what this is. But like I say, y'all, I appreciate y'all coming out. This is how it looks. Big shout out to all my big girls. Big shout out to the BBW community, BBW for life. Y'all already know Sonia, Vicky, my girl TT Champagne. It's all going down. Y'all know I got love for y'all. We'll be back next week with more Cooking with Phat. All right? Looks good, don't it? I think it do. You know what I'm saying?